I mean, Miami does, to Curveball's comment, Miami needs offensive linemen more than anything. True. Yes. You got 3 of them already in this class. Seymour, who I already mentioned, Mike McLaughlin from Stoneman Douglas, and Ryan Rodriguez from Columbus. Rodriguez, who's probably underrated. Seymour, who's probably underrated. McLaughlin was a tight end in Indiana. He came down here. We kind of, slow feet don't eat. You know what I mean? So we're like, hey, Eric Winston style. How about you, put that hand in the dirt, go, inside one position from where you were to tackle and make that work. So he's making that transition. But he is, 6'7" to 275, 280. So he has length and everything. Could use one more, if we're being honest, at the offensive line in this class. But again, you still have talent on this roster, and you have talent on the roster. You've added Jared Williams, obviously, from Houston, so that helps for this year. You got guys making moves. Ousmane Traore, excuse me, Jesus. He was a JUCO transfer with 4 years to play 4. So he's in his second year here at Miami, and he seems to be making a push to start at offensive guard. You got Navon Donaldson redshirting this year, was an All-American in high school. He's going to come back next year, hopefully in better shape and able to contribute like when he was a freshman All-American at the college level. So we've seen this kind of performance from him. You have other blue chips on the roster. You have other guys developing, and you got 2 very good recruits, and then you have a very good tackle 2 or 3 year project kind of guy. So look, man, you got talent there, but if we're being real about it, they haven't proven anything yet. So yeah, another offensive lineman, another quality offensive lineman in this class would be a nice addition.
LeBrent with a number of comments in the live chat. We appreciate your contribution. Big Miami Heat fan, apparently. LeBrent asking about the influence that De'Aaron King could have on N'Kosi Perry going into next season. And we can't discount, can we, that King may be the quarterback for 2021, the way the rules are being flexed for next year.
Yes. So let's do the second part first. NCAA has said that no player is going to use a year of eligibility for the fall season if they play this fall. So every player will have the ability to come back at the same classification that they currently are. So seniors can be seniors, juniors are still juniors, so you still have 2 years to play, things like that. So De'Aaron King, as a 5th-year senior, could come back again as a 5th-year senior eligibility-wise and not have used up a year of eligibility, even if he plays in every single game. So, and same thing for freshmen. If you say you're going to redshirt a freshman, cool, they're still freshmen. You know what I mean? Like they're freshmen next year, whatever. So there is that ability where he could potentially come back and be the quarterback. So that explains that. Maybe poorly, but you get the idea. If De'Aaron King were to leave after this year, and N'Kosi Perry, I think probably going to be the number 2 quarterback, probably has the inside track towards being the starting quarterback next year as a 5th-year senior. I think that just seeing how De'Aaron King works, that professionalism, the way that he goes about his business of preparing and taking care of his body and studying the playbook and everything like that, I think that'll be a help. I think seeing the way that he plays on the field also, because although N'Kosi is 6 inches taller than De'Aaron King, and by virtue of that has a longer stride, not kind of a short, fast guy, like a speed receiver kind of build like De'Aaron King has. But even seeing when De'Aaron King runs, how he runs, where he goes, things like that, seeing him do that on the field is going to be helpful. So I think it's going to be hopefully for the quarterbacks. And you centered N'Kosi in there, but let's just put all the quarterbacks. I hope that seeing De'Aaron King work the way that he works trickles down to the quarterbacks, like seeing KJ Osborne work trickle down to the wide receivers, hopefully, for this year from last year. Because sometimes you have to have an example. Sometimes, I could tell you, hey, Mark, let's stay after practice. Let's catch balls. Let's get up jump shots. Let's work on our ball handling, whatever it happens to be. Or you could just see a guy who went through a 3-hour practice, took off his jersey, and got to work on whatever skill it was that he was building. And you say, wait, whoa, he's still out here. He's doing that. What? I can find a way to do something. What if I'm working on my hand placement? If I'm a pass rusher, or if I'm working on, my footwork, if I'm trying to get a release down, what if I'm doing something somewhere like that? Because you see the most talented guy doing that. Now you're going to do that, and it's like a thing. When I was a teacher, I always said, the better you are, the more you are required to work by your talent, God rest his soul. But you remember that when Miami beat the Lakers when Kobe was playing, and he kicked everybody out of the AAA, and he stayed there for like 3 hours in the gym, not in the practice gym, in the main gym, putting up shots that night after they lost that game, because he said, no, I have to work to keep this up. My talent requires that I feed it with this work. And I think that trickled down to his teammates. It trickled down to other guys in the league. You now see guys, okay, James Harden, he'll stay afterward. He'll get shots up. He'll go work out. LeBron James, okay, he saw that. Now I'm going to go lift and I'm going to do things after. So even other elite guys saw that, didn't even have to talk about it, and say, okay, now I'm going to flex that kind of muscle. I'm going to have that kind of engagement. Hopefully that trickled down from KJ Osborne to the rest of the receivers, and hopefully that will trickle down or something similar from D'Eriq King to the rest of the quarterbacks, and Coach Perry included.